listen once and you'll never be the same. They're Uri and Tyler and they're here to entertain. It's the Bantam Boys podcast with Uri and Tyler.
I believe he was a Monorchid. He had one testicle.
Is that
A Monorchid?
A Monorchid. That's a term yet for having one
Monorchid?
testicle.
Isn't that from Star Trek? A Monorchid.
A
I've never
Monorchid.
heard that.
You haven't
Why
heard
would
Monorchid?
you give that a name? That doesn't have to.
Everything has to have
what
a
way to
name.
make someone feel bad.
Yeah, I
You
think
have one ball and they give you like a weird scientific name.
Hey, you're in Lance Armstrong's company, so that's Lance Mao Zedong.
That's true.
Mao had one nut.
Mao had one nut.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many nuts are you rocking?
I haven't checked
Yeah.
lately.
Mao had
Last
one
time
nut,
I
which
checked, it
was
two, but I haven't looked in a
Yeah,
while.
I'm up to 6.
You're up to 6?
Yeah, I'm collecting.
in you,
Oh,
or you
you're
just
a
have
sex
them?
norchid?
No, I keep
Jesus.
Sextanorchid.
You're a sextanorchid?
Is
Wow.
that a flower? A Menorchid?
No, you can also buy that at the bodega.
A Menorchid.
You can buy Menorchid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you know how to ask.
yeah. You can't look like a cop and go in and buy
No,
it because
no,
it's under
yeah,
the table.
That's what, I'll tell you. I got a Lucy right here.
I brought it.
a loose ball
In Bushwick, they're bringing
just jangling around your pocket.
Yeah, they're bringing Menorchids home to their wife to make up for an apology. Or they were late for work or something.
I'm sorry, I brought you this one testicle.
Hey, is my booger visible? Is it a visible booger?
I can't see it.
No. How am I doing over here on booger?
I don't see anything.
Okay, because this is a fucking HD ass camera. This
Is it?
Yeah.
Zoomed in directly
Is
into
this
your
the first
nostril.
clip? You being like us checking your nose? That's
It's gonna
the
be
first-
a digital
first start of the
zoom in
podcast.
on my booger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna highlight it.
Hashtag. I don't know. TikTok's down, so I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna.
Hashtag
go viral.
boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Melania Trump looking like the Hat Man from?
Ooh.
I guess you didn't because you
No.
said you've been on. She wore
I
this
did see
big.
that.
She was in this like weird like. She almost kind of looked like the Undertaker. She looked like Carmen Sandiego.
Oh yeah.
She was wearing like a dark coat and a hat that like kind of covered her eyes, and everybody on the internet was like, "Classic."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Melania.
She's got to be the hottest first lady of all time, right?
I
Maybe?
think you're forgetting of President Garfield's first lady, who was an absolute dime.
She was a smoke show.
Yeah, she was a lasagna.
Nermal?
Yeah, Nermal.
Nermal Garfield.
Nermal is not the girl cat. Just want to be clear.
I thought Nermal's the girl. Who's
no,
the girl cat?
no. I think that's Eileen is the girl cat.
Eileen.
Who's normal?
Nermal's the little tiny gray cat. That's
I-
a piece of shit.
What about Dagwood
Oh.
Bumstead?
Dagwood Bumstead.
Does he play into this at all?
He was the Secretary of Labor. Secretary Dagwood.
He was the first one ball guy.
It's so funny.
You a
the
one
first-
ball guy?
Yeah, he was the first What was it called?
Menorchid.
Menorchid. Yeah, he was the first Menorchid.
I do want to pat Tyler on the back for saying Dagwood Bumstead is Secretary of Labor, because the premise of that comic strip is that he's lazy and he
Yeah.
doesn't want to work ever.
Yeah.
That was a really good joke.
Thank you.
Good for you.
That was quick.
It sounds very patronizing the way you're saying
Dude.
this.
No, because we blew past it. I just want to make sure that our audience gets that
Yeah,
reference.
yeah. The Dagwood Bumstead fans on the internet are gonna go crazy on that.
Yeah,
Going
dude.
nuts.
I mean, I'm a huge Dag
You're a
head.
Dag- yeah,
I
yeah.
follow Dagwood from town to
You are?
town.
You're like a fish fan.
You're like a fish
but
fan.
for Dagwood Bumstead.
Yeah, dude, it's
Okay.
crazy. We go to Dagfest. And,
Dagfest?
Yeah. We all get naked in the woods and dress up like Dagwood, and it's a good time.
All right.
It-
Listen, whatever works.
It's where I had my first
kiss.
kiss. That's where.
Really?
Yeah, I was 28 at Dagfest.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite stop on that tour is a Dagwood stock.
Dagwood stock.
Yeah.
Woodstock.
It's a combination of a peanuts. Is Woodstock in the peanuts?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a combination peanuts and Dagwood festival in Woodstock, New York.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Dagwood stock.
You know, there was also a festival in Woodstock.
Yeah.
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 So that can
Yeah,
also
yeah.
be involved in this.
That's
question.
why it's funny to have
Yeah,
a festival there.
layers
on
because
layers,
Woodstock was the original. Welcome to the Bantam Boys, everybody.
Remember when Schroeder played the national anthem at Dagwood stock?
Schroeder?
Yeah, from the Peanuts.
Oh God, this is where that cut is too deep for me. I'm more
He's the piano kid.
I'm more comfortable with Dagwood and Blondie.
That's crazy that you know those and not Schroeder from the Peanuts.
Dude, Blondie is hotter than any Peanuts character.
I mean, I hope so. They're all children.
Okay, what? But that doesn't mean you shouldn't know who they are.
Most
You only know about hot cartoon characters.
that makes
yeah.
a lot of sense for Uri, to be
Yeah,
honest.
That okay.
no, I'm mostly guided by
When some people
horniness.
used to read Playboys and jerk off, where we had the Sunday funnies. He
Yeah,
was just
oh, yeah.
like, why does he always take that into the bathroom the second it gets here, and it's all crinkly when he comes out?
I had
What the fuck?
I had
It's
Zap Comics,
Ooh.
which was a very horny comic magazine. Welcome to the Bantam Boys. We're joined
yeah.
today by our second guest of all time, Jeff Medoff.
Hey.
Round of applause for Jeff.
Thank you.
I might add a clapping sound effect. Probably not.
It should be this very sad single
Just one
clap.
one hand clapping. That's the sound of one hand clapping.
It's a golf clap.
It's a golf clap, yeah.
But
It's
we're
a
not
classic
covering
clap.
golf today.
No.
We're covering the sport of, care to introduce it?
Motocross.
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 The sport of dreams.
It is a pretty cool sport.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so, should we be talking motocross or supercross? Or do we just, I personally view them as the same
I
sport.
hope motocross, because I didn't really look up what supercross is.
I think supercross is
So
just
I
motocross,
can
but a
wing it.
little bit faster.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It is that type of sport where it's a lot of words that feel like they just mashed a lot of words together.
Oh, yeah.
We can start with some of the variations.
you took notes?
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
motocross is basically just motorcycle races on like it's dirt bike racing.
Yeah.
Did you guys look up how it got started?
England,
please,
right?
yeah.
Scotland?
Mhm. Dude, it was like apparently I never would have guessed, but it was like a British, like a stiff upper lip gentleman's British sport. It was motorcycle, like long distance racing.
Oh,
And it was called
interesting.
it was like motor tricks. It was like a very specific weird term.
Was that what was it? It was
Supermoto.
I read something. It was called like the something scramble, like a
Yeah.
the wet scramble.
Scramble was like the term for basically when they would go cross country. It was like cross country skiing, but on motorcycles, because I think I
they
looked
hadn't
up. It was
invented
in like
roads yet.
Yeah, in like the 1900s when they straight up invented motorcycles, were probably like made out of like bamboo or something ridiculous. They would like take them across country, and there were all these like scoring ways. It was like, how did you balance, and all sorts of. It was like a very gentleman's type of sport, apparently.
Now, do you know who invented the motorcycle? Two guys. You know what they're called?
Moto.
Dave Moto and Craig Cycle.
I actually have no idea.
You were very close with Dave. It's two guys named Harley and Davidson.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they invented it. They called it the motor bicycle
Okay.
at first.
Any relation to the
Well, that
Harley
makes
Davidson
sense.
company?
No, not at all, actually. Total coincidence. That
They invented them? Where? Where? In America?
Yeah. This was like early 20th century. They strapped an engine, an internal combustion engine, to a bicycle, basically, and that was that.
That was all she wrote?
Yeah, and now they make the most expensive and bad motorcycles on the planet, basically. Is that slander? Am I slandering Harley Davidson right now?
It's an opinion. I think you can say that a motorcycle is bad. It's not slander.
Yeah,
You're not lying about.
They're pretty good now, even though they're way more expensive than everybody else. But they aren't. You don't buy them because they're quality. You buy them because you want a Harley specifically, and they have a specific sound.
Right.
But they're shittier quality than the Japanese knockoffs.
Can you do that sound real quick?
Do
Do you like this podcast?
Yeah, no. Now I know why you have the wind guard on.
Yeah. We did one
Makes
episode
sense
without the
for the
wind
sound
guard,
effects.
and they rusted out from
They
all the
did?
spit.
Yeah, right.
We were.
What was the first episode you guys did?
We did competitive queefing.
Competitive queefing? Oh, that's why. So you needed this.
Yeah.
The sound effects for those, real gross.
Oh yeah, no, it was actually. First of all, how dare you? It's not gross. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
natural. Anything that natural is good.
Is that real? No, you didn't.
Totally.
That's
yeah.
a real. That's
you
not
do
real.
distance and you do volume.
I think the first
No, you're
sports we
lying.
covered were
That's slander.
sumo.
That's slander.
Thank you.
I think we started with sumo wrestling and darts. Were
Yeah.
the first two.
Oh,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
I-
Okay.
our very first episode, though, we watched.
There probably is some queefing in sumo wrestling. to be
There
fair.
is.
There's, I believe
I
that's
feel like
called
it probably is.
farting.
No,
I'm not gonna.
it could just.
assume.
It could be from.
it's an anal queef.
I feel no. Have you seen? I feel like sumo wrestlers can fart out of multiple parts of their body. Not
Yeah,
just
it's
their
actually how
asses.
they get their leverage.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah.
they squeeze down and
And they
everything.
could do a little titty fart, little under tit fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over
I could see
tit.
that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right,
Yeah.
you guys keep vamping. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. Keep
Oh,
going. Keep
perfect,
vamping.
yeah.
What
Keep
is vamping?
vamping.
All right, so
Yeah.
basically, I feel like I was interested. You guys chose motocross. This is one of those sports I feel like I've seen images of for my entire life, and at no point did I ever think I should look into what's going on here.
It's definitely
Ever.
something that I would see on like Sports Center.
Yeah.
Like they,
Yeah,
in it,
uh-huh.
but they wouldn't cover who won the race. It would just be in like the opening montage of the show.
You'd be walking through like an airport, going to your transfer flight, and
Yeah.
while you're waiting, you'd see a bar, the sports bar, and there would be motocross on.
Yeah.
With no sound, and you would just sort of see like guys jumping over dirt and think,
Yeah.
that's motocross, and
Yeah.
it would never enter your life in any other way.
Yeah, when we picked it, I thought it was like doing tricks. But that's a
Yeah, it's
different
not.
sport.
No,
There-
yeah,
totally.
There is a sport called freestyle.
Being a prostitute, I mean,
yeah. There are dirt bike prostitutes.
Yeah.
They call them dirt devils.
Yeah, they're real hard to get a hold of because they're so fast.
Yeah.
You got to catch them on your dirt bike.
You
And
know,
then
you're
hop
on the dirt bike. They're not on the dirt bike. Or they all? Is this like a car chase?
We're all on dirt bikes, and we're paying for sex, I guess, in this. I'm on a dirt bike, paying a woman on a dirt bike to suck my dick while still riding the dirt bike
Oh,
in this scenario.
I mean, if you're both
That's a
riding
lot.
a dirt bike, it's legal. That's a performance art,
Yeah, hey, it's only illegal if you get caught, baby.
and you can't because you're driving so fast.
I feel like this is the next Fast and the Furious movie. We're just writing it.
Yeah. Fast and the Furious, Omaha Dirt.
They've
where
definitely
they're-
done dirt bikes.
I mean, they've had them. It wasn't like the main part of the movie, but they've driven around.
Yeah, I know they've used motorcycles, but they've got to use dirt bikes. I don't know if they've done like water vessels, but this sport is popular in Europe mostly.
Yeah, a lot
very
of
popular in
Europeans, a lot
Swedish
of-
people apparently.
Yeah, they love their. I guess if you have a lot of wilderness and not much to do, that probably is how the sport gets really big in your area.
I feel like it's big in the United States too, but United States is so big, it's not like we would never have like a national understanding of it. I feel like if you go to rural places, there's a lot of motocross. I feel like there's overlap with like NASCAR fans.
Yeah.
I feel like extreme shit.
It's very
like, I bet
X
in
Games.
Colorado. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I bet
Florida.
there's a lot of stuff. I
Yeah.
forget what, but there's one of their races that they just had, and they do like a tour.
Yeah,
And they stop in a bunch of different states, and they just race.
Yeah, I've seen that. And there's the outdoor, and of course, every sport needs an arena version.
Of course,
you
yeah.
got to have the arena motocross.
That's what supermoto is.
That's Supermoto is the arena.
Supermoto is the arena version.
Ah.
And then they also have enduro is the one that's more like longer races with obstacles.
Mm.
Do you guys know anyone who likes motocross? I've never met someone.
No, I mean, I've actually never. I do know one guy who rides a dirt bike, so he probably likes. But I've never been on a dirt bike.
I remember
when you say he rides a dirt bike. What do you like to work?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, he works at the motocross track.
Well,
No,
he has to.
he has a dirt bike. I mean, he also rides a regular motorcycle, but he's got like a truck, and he throws two dirt bikes in the back and goes to a place and rides.
And then he
around
just
there.
okay. So
Yeah,
it's like ATVing on two wheels. That's
yeah,
what dirt
yeah, that's a good comparison.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, personally, I would say ATVing is like riding a motorbike, but on four wheels. But
Well, there you
that's-
go.
Yeah,
It's a chicken. Or
What
the
does
egg.
ATV stand for again?
all-terrain vehicle.
Oh, I thought it stood for.
Fast to vagina.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's why it's so hard to buy them because
That's
no
the way
state
they
lets
just-
you sell
yeah,
them.
yeah. Mhm. It's the wrong way to wipe.
It is. Yeah,
that's what it stands
It
for.
is
actually.
for all our
It's a mnemonic
listeners
device.
For all our female listeners.
Yeah.
all our female listener who wants hygiene advice. Don't go ass to vagina. Don't go ATV. It's a good way to get.
VTA.
You want to go left to right is what I learned. You don't go up and down. You go left to right.
Wow. Let me ask you this: when you're wiping your ass after you take a shit, right?
Uh-huh. That's the time to do it.
Do you fold over? Do you fold over the toilet paper and then take a second wipe?
I just bunch. Wait, like
The way
wipe twice with the same
this
thing.
is the way my dad taught me to do it as a kid, and I've never questioned it. And now, recently, I was like, wait a minute, is this weird that I've been doing this my whole life? You take 2 squares, fold it over, wipe, and then obviously, this is only once you're farther along and you're doing like cleanup. You fold that in half and then wipe with it again. Am I crazy for doing this?
I personally,
You're not crazy, but
you're insane.
I don't know if it. I
Let
don't
me-
know if it checks out on the logic test. What is the
So
what
to
to make
save?
it more durable?
No, it's
He's wiped once with it, and then he folds the dirty
I
part,
fold it-
and then wipes with the outside part.
yeah. This is
This is
That's a lot.
This is terrible.
What happens if it breaks? And then you've just got a handful of shit.
This never happened. I mean, again,
It's never-
It's never broken. It's never frayed in your hand.
It's-
no, I've never gotten shit on my hand from this. But
he buys the
again,
quad ply.
I
Yeah,
don't
I've
have. There's no question of like, oh, why is this? What's the benefit? This is literally how my parents potty trained me,
okay.
I've just never questioned it. I just
And
assumed this is what everybody was doing.
And you still remember this? I couldn't tell you the way my parents told me.
Well,
well,
this
he
is
was
how
he
I've
was potty
always-
trained at 12
last week.
I did.
over the holidays.
Wow.
I was a underwear shitter for like an embarrassingly long, like until like past kindergarten, but no, again, this is just how I learned to do it, and I've never. It might be because that's how my parents learned it because they were farm boys, so that's just how they did on the farm.
I do want to go back to the fact that you needlessly just shit on, outed yourself for a really embarrassing fact.
For shitting in your
for 2
underwear.
seconds and then got away from it completely.
I mean, that's how you do it.
The fact that you were like, I shat my pants till I was 6. Anyway, let's continue to talk about the other thing.
Yeah, well, if you
Like,
that's how you get it off your chest.
Didn't
You
even
drop
stop.
it and then you go.
You're like, you want to know another way?
do I
suck?
want to? Yeah, we do want to know something. Whatever it is.
I've never told this story before, but this is 100% true. I'm gonna see if I get through without laughing. But when I was like too old to be doing this, I was probably in like first grade at this point or something, and I had shit in my pants, so my ass stunk.
Yeah.
Obviously. And I was at my friend's house for a play date, and I told him that I had special.
You had what?
I can't even get through this without laughing. It's so bad. Special pants. Fart container pants. Fart container pants.
Yeah.
So I farted, and it was holding them in. That's why my ass stunk.
You had fart Tupperware on?
Yeah.
That's
so-
what I told him, and he believed me. And I remember his parents looking at me and being like, all right, kid. We know you got an ass full of shit right now.
Why would it hold it? What was the benefit to holding the fart?
Tyler, they weren't really fart container pants.
But I want to explore this
It
concept.
wasn't legit.
It wasn't for real.
It's
No, it
a
wasn't
lie I came up with at 12 years. No, not 12. At like 8 years old.
I mean, I'm glad you improved your way out of it.
I did.
Did he believe you?
Yeah.
Have you spoken?
he believes me to this day.
Are you still friends with him?
He asked where he could find some fart container pants.
Oh man, I think I had a similar thing in my life where it was a basketball tryout.
Okay.
That I pooped myself just a little bit at.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Okay, classic.
Yeah. And
That's how you were working hard.
oh yeah,
That's how
yeah,
you know
yeah.
that.
I mean, it was on the layup line. We were going hard, and sometimes things happen in the middle of battle.
Yeah, for sure. You
but
think
like-
anyone's ever shit themselves during motocross?
I hope so.
I
I guarantee
You
someone
hit one of those bumps and it just sort of.
you wouldn't be able to tell with all the dirt.
Yeah,
It's-
that's good.
Yeah.
That's
It's
true.
the perfect sport to shit yourself in.
It is.
If there was a sport,
You hit a little bit more air than you think, and you just completely freak out, and then you land and
drop
if you
Good thing I have
hit
those
the
fart container
landing
pants on.
hard, it'll fire out the back and then spray your competitors. It's like a Mario Kart item.
Yeah, nice.
It's the squid ink.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Someone's just absolutely splattered.
Hey, listen, them's the rules, man.
Them's the rules. It's legal.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be able to tell with the dirt bike helmet on.
No, it covers the thing, so that's why. Yeah, that's actually why they wear the helmets. It's not for head protection. It's because there's so much fecal matter. I do want to go back. You said your parents taught you to do the fold. You do have siblings. Did they teach your siblings, or was this just you? They told
No,
you
no, I'm sure it was just this.
have you confirmed? Because I do like the idea of them only telling you a different way.
Yeah, actually, they taught my brothers to use a bidet. I didn't know
they
we had
didn't let
one.
you use the bidet.
I didn't know we had one. They were like, "This kid needs fart container pants. We can't let him. We can't let him spray it up there."
Oh, I'm not a bidet guy.
No,
No,
have you?
No, you still have to wipe. I didn't know that.
but
One
it's
of my
to
friends
dry.
has. Yeah, but you still have to do the exact. There's no. I guess
There's
it's
a
a
great
little less
benefit.
gross. But is there any?
You're just homophobic, aren't you?
Yeah, but that's not related to me hating bidets.
Unrelated.
What does that have to do with it?
Look, the bidet is something you do for yourself. It's a little treat.
I get it, but I went to my friend's place and they were like, you have to use. They were like, you should use it, and I was like, well, what happens when I'm wet? And they go, oh, you wipe.
You
I'm like the
wipe
whole.
just to dry it
So
off.
you have to wipe your asshole.
Yeah.
Whether it's just water or poopy water, what's the difference?
I'm with you. I don't like.
I don't think it's that. It's not that. I think that. Maybe I am homophobic because I do think sensation's the only. Which fine, but I'm like I don't.
That's the problem for me is the sensation. Because I don't like walking out of the bathroom with a full-blown erection.
I do like walking out of the bathroom with a full-blown erection.
You have to wipe because then you
Both
have to
sides.
wipe. Yeah, your cum off. Your.
Yeah. I hate bidets. What are you supposed to do after you come?
I will say this too. Not all bidets are created equal because my sister got one.
Oh, yeah.
Offline, and I was like, oh cool. I guess I'll try it. And she was like, oh, it only does cold water.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever been pegged by an icicle, but that really ruins the experience of the bidet.
Jeff,
Pretty hard.
you know if I've been pegged by an icicle.
Okay.
Obviously. Come on now.
Yeah, that's the kind of pegging that stops becoming pegging after a few minutes.
You think I've never... You
'Cause
think
it just melts.
you think I've never enjoyed an ice cube?
See, that's good because then you don't have to use lube.
Yeah.
Unless you get stuck.
No, you definitely
you get
do.
stuck.
You get stuck.
You definitely do need
With
lube.
an icicle?
Yeah.
But it's self-lubricating.
No. That shit gets dry. That
so you
shit
think it
gets
could be
dry.
like in a
like a Christmas story
Yeah,
situation.
Have you guys never oiled up an ice cube and slipped it in your butthole?
The ice cube just
it's been
goes
a long
right
time.
in.
It feels really cool.
It's been a long
But then it melts in there, and it's kind of like you got to get to the restroom. But it feels
not
cool
since,
for a little bit.
Not since 9/11.
Yeah. It
was
really
the last
changed
time.
things. Yeah, you were watching TV while it happened.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
I was still getting potty trained at 9/11. Actually, I had my fart container pants on.
Oh man, that is why you're not allowed in 7-Eleven anymore, though, right? You were sliding too many of the cubes up from the soda fountain.
I came in every day like, hey,
Every
can
day.
I get a bag of ice?
Can I get a bag of ice and some Vaseline? And then you went around the corner. Didn't wait to go home.
Well, this is a gross riff.
It's
Yeah.
a very gross riff.
I'm really glad I didn't do that much research because it seems like I didn't need to.
No.
The format of this podcast, we start talking about the sport, and then we just talk about
It's a good
sex
pod.
stuff or
Yeah.
most of it.
All right.
But
that's a good one.
We should say what the
Sex is a made-up sport in my world. I don't know about you guys.
It's a made-up
He's
sport?
a virgin.
An obscure sport.
An obscure
'cause
sport.
Motocross isn't made up. But
Are you doing pull-ups during sex?
Pull up,
am I
like
doing
the
pull-ups
diapers.
during sex? How so?
Calisthenics? How
What
do you make it athletic?
There's a panel of
There's
judges.
a lot of a lot of grab. Yeah, I guess so. It is a little
Yeah.
bit of like a
Yeah.
like a erg machine quality to like
an erg machine.
a lot of like legs on the shoulders. Sorry,
Yeah.
coffee. I got so excited I spilled my coffee. And
I
came.
know.
No, a lot of like legs on the shoulders stuff.
Yours
Or
or
legs,
hers?
my shoulders.
Oh yeah, okay.
That would have been yeah.
Yeah. I'm folded
know
up
that.
like a pretzel.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of like putting the yoga to good use. Which is cool. It's a lot of like freeform jazz stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I forget who there. I think there was some comics talking about how I forget who it was on their podcast, which sucks. It's probably way more successful, than anything I've ever done. But it was about how like having sex, you're either like just like doing like something very elegant, or you're just doing something like ridiculous. It's either like completely raunchy all over the place, or it's like athletic and like precise, and it's too something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's no in between. It's kind of like you're either like a monster or a ballerina.
Yeah, it's either like fine art or modern art.
Yeah,
you know.
I guess so.
You can switch between the two.
I mean, yeah, you just gotta let people know you can.
I can go from sensual to mean and back.
Damn.
It's,
First he's sour, then he's sweet. You're just like a Sour Patch Kids commercial.
That is a great description, dude. Yeah,
That's what a pimp does,
you can
isn't
go
it?
from-
he's sour and
Isn't that what a pimp does?
Sure is, baby.
and that's what
reading that
Uri
fucking-
is. That's how he makes his money.
Yeah, you got pegged with an icicle. Iceberg wide.
Iceberg wide.
Ooh, not bad. Can I do a player profile?
I've got a good. I've got one.
a fun
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I got a fun one. All right, this guy I profiled an American. His name is Jason Lawrence.
Okay.
You can actually look him up on Instagram at jlaw-338. He's got 100,000 followers.
Wow.
So yeah, he was
999,000 more, or 990 whatever followers more than I
he was doing real good in 2008, 2009. In 2008 he won a championship. Then what happened? It all started in February 2009. He got suspended for 2 races for getting into a fight. And then 2 months later, he got into another fight. And then in September, off track, he got into a fight with a friend where he bit a part of his ear off.
Okay.
He was tried for 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of battery, and 1 count of mayhem.
Ooh.
He served
That's a good
4
charge.
months of a 1-year sentence, and then he went back to racing. He never really. He was like on top of the leaderboards briefly, and he never got back there. But my favorite thing is what he said, and he has this great Florida accent, which I might try to do as I read this quote. But
What is? Yeah, please do, because I can't. I don't even know what a Florida.
it's just
accent
so
sounds
white
like.
trash. He sounds so white trash.
Okay.
But he went. This is after he came back from 4 months in jail. He goes, "It was really like coming back after an injury, but I didn't have to do any physical therapy." That's what he said. He said serving 4 months of jail was like spraining his ankle and having to do 4 months off.
I mean, I
I'd say
get
that's wise. That's how you know he wasn't in a certain type of jail. That he
Yeah.
was-
Oh yeah.
It was like, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
It was like an injury. Damn.
Yeah.
It's just like not doing physical activity for a little bit. You get to relax, heal up. That's what jail is for. It's for healing up.
Do you think that they have to be in good shape, motocross dudes?
Or
Or is it like a DH in baseball? I guess they have to be skinny, probably.
They have to be. It's
like
kind of like a
jockeys.
jockey. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like it might be like Formula One, because Formula One guys are ripped.
Interesting.
Because their body there's so many. But
the G-forces.
I don't think it's as physically intense as Formula One, but at the same time, especially when they're jumping in the air, they are manipulating this thing like a 250-pound motorcycle. That's a dirt bike, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty small. But when you're on that thing, you're actually like physically It's not like driving a car where you just tell where to go. It's like even on a big motorcycle. My motorcycle's a 1/4 ton.
Yeah.
And you're controlling it. It's underneath you.
Yeah, the core strength to be able to do that like deep lean that they do, where they go around the turn and their legs almost on the ground. Just
Yeah. And that's now we're getting into like MotoGP. They go crazy with that, like motorcycle pavement races.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's for another day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Who's your player profile?
My player profile, I'm very excited. It's Mike Alessi.
Okay.
Do you guys want to give a quick guess as to what his nickname is?
Alessi the bestie?
Don't tell me. Oh,
Okay.
did he get it right?
No, he did not get
Okay,
it right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Mike Hawk.
Yeah, that's true. No.
No, what is it?
It's Mr. Holeshot.
Mr. Holeshot.
Mr. Holeshot.
Okay.
Which, disappointingly,
Somehow
is
gayer than Mike Hawk.
Yeah, it was
Somehow.
very close to Mike. It's Mr. Holeshot, which I guess is a hole shot is when you're driving and you like hit the hole fast. It's when you're in Vegas and you're at a club and you get you get right there and then you get out. That's a hole shot.
Okay.
When you're in Vegas,
That's not a real thing. I'm just
So the idea is he's good at the hole shot.
he's good at the hole shot.
but that was a sex joke. The Vegas
That was a
thing.
sex joke
because
yes.
you
You
in
can tell it was
Vegas,
because of how much you guys are laughing.
and you
I didn't get it.
you
That's good.
quickly
I've never been in that
have
scenario.
sex with a trashy woman. Was that the idea?
It wasn't. I was just thinking holes and shots and how to combine the two.
Gotcha.
I'm always thinking about that with my new business ideas.
Ooh.
like Hole Dega.
Yeah. Holdega.
Holdega. It's a series of glory holes throughout the Brooklyn area, one in every block.
Yeah. You're
you
gonna
know.
have the same software as Uber.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys ever do a
find it.
glory hole?
I have not done a glory hole.
Jeff?
Not since 9/11.
Yeah.
That was his last experience.
A lot of
How old were you on 9/11?
I stopped doing a lot of things. That really changed a lot for me.
I did a glory hole one time.
How'd it go?
The guy took forever to come.
Nice.
Classic, right?
Nice. Classic, right?
Can I say the best part about
You're Mr.
Michael
Hole
Lessie's
Shot
career?
of this podcast.
He won a couple of races and was doing well, but he got suspended because he and his family coordinated to where his brother was sitting in the stands with a laser pointer and pointing it in the eyes of racers.
Wow. That's like a shitty version of
That's
Nancy
awesome.
Kerrigan.
It was
That's
amazing.
so dangerous.
I know.
That's so great.
Just these guys going like 60 miles an hour off a jump, and your younger brother is like, all right, we got to win $15,000 if you just get that guy to blow out his
They don't
leg.
go that fast. They don't go 60.
I think they can get up to
I think
60.
they can get pretty hot,
Yeah?
pretty fast.
Yeah.
I will say the jump is cool, and one thing they do is they kind of whip the tail of the bike around as they jump. I looked into why they do that during a race. It's they're doing it to kind of stay low.
Yeah.
Oh,
You stay
I
low
thought it
over
was
the
like
jump.
to get a jump on the turn they have to make.
That's also part of it.
Okay.
And then then when they're doing tricks, like there's also the competitions where they do huge jumps and tricks. Then you do the whip as part of a trick, but in a race, it's actually got a practical advantage of like you can if you hit the jump fast, doing that keeps your bike low, so you deal with less air resistance, and you get back to
spend
the
less of
ground.
your energy going up.
Come in, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you have a player profile?
No, I didn't do that, but I
That's
did
okay.
take a photo. I was looking at, and I thought,
It's from a locker room.
it's no, it's about I did take a photo or a screenshot of some text about what type of fans watch. I went on to
this is good.
promotocross.com.
Ooh.
Okay.
And because I wanted to know, and so they said, this is in their own words, what type of fans watch pro motocross? And they go, motocross fans are a unique breed of action sports and moto sports consumers. Edgy, energetic, enthusiastic, and athletic.
Ooh.
Motocross is a lifestyle sport, and each summer the best athletes on the planet compete
The best athletes on the planet.
on the toughest racetracks in the country. Millions of fans lay witness to every second of the action, whether from along the fence line or from the comforts of home, via television or online. So this is their pitch. If you like, actually, which I guess I was doing. So if you're online and just like, what are the pros of being a motocross fan?
Yeah.
Edgy. None of that woke shit.
No, yeah, unwoke.
A lot of hard R's being thrown around at the old motocross.
Yeah, and those R's are.
The bikes and the players say the same word. They say the same thing.
Same noise,
Dude. That's the real. And then it's a lifestyle. It's a
Ooh, yeah.
lifestyle sport. So maybe you'll meet your wife at the track, because it's like when you're in it, it's like the mafia.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think lifestyle usually refers to swingers. So you'll actually go with your wife, and then you guys can bang some short dirt bike. You guys,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is-
yeah.
there
You're
is-
being
there is
cuckolded
truth
by a
to
guy
this.
who just jumped over a pound of dirt.
Yeah.
There's like a weird level of truth to this. There was an event where like at the end they put a helmet out and everyone put one of their gloves in, and then everyone picked out a pair of glove and then went home with the other biker, and it's a big swingers club.
I will say this: I once went on a date with a girl to a minor league baseball, whatever the Mets minor league baseball team is, and I got to say that was actually more emasculating than going to a major league. Or it made me feel more, because a major league baseball game, you go to a date, you're like, this girl, these are like millionaires. These are not accessible people.
Oh, yeah.
But a minor league baseball game, you're like, These are just dudes that are going to be at the bar later.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
just are more athletic than me.
So which one of them did you pick to fuck this girl in front of you?
Yeah, it was a couple.
I don't know. I just left her in their locker room.
Just left her in the dugout.
This was at Cody Island. I just left to go see the fireworks.
You were riding a roller coaster while it was
that the
happening.
Brooklyn Cyclones?
It was the Brooklyn Cyclones.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was hilarious. So it was I don't know what day it was at Coney Island, and the visiting team was like, we watched the game, and it's like a minor league. They had some promo day and whatever,
Yeah.
and we got, and everyone's drinking, and the visiting team's up in the 7th, and Coney Island has their they have fireworks in the summer, however often. And they're supposed to do them later, but for whatever reason, they went earlier. And so the visiting team's up, and the Coney Island fireworks go off directly behind the pitcher as they're up.
Yeah.
They're literally going
sick.
off behind like a fucking distraction while
Yeah.
the visiting team's batting. And I just lost my shit dying. It was so funny. You could see the visiting team being pissed off
Yeah.
that
man.
this was
that someone's
it was
firing
great.
fireworks.
I don't know if they meant to do it, but it was couldn't have been more in their face.
I think the reason the visiting team really was pissed off is actually the pitcher's brother was up in the stands with a laser pointer shining at the,
with
shining
a
at the
little
hitter's
bottle
eye.
rocket launching fireworks.
Yeah.
So
So what would your variant be, Jeff? How would you
My variant?
Yeah, of this sport. How would you? What
Oh,
extra
okay,
rules would
okay.
you add? What kind of
I thought
thing
you-
would you change about motocross?
I thought for a second that you were asking what my Marvel variant would be of
What's-
myself,
what-
and I was
what's
like,
that? Oh, is that an
You know-
X-Men term?
no, well, probably. It's like the new Marvel movies are all about time travel.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, like an alternate
Parallel
dimension.
dimensions, so
yeah.
it's
What is motocross Jeff in the alternate dimension like?
Motocross, Jeff. It looks like basically I'm out of. I feel like that's like Mad Max.
Yeah.
So
know
the
what I
world's
mean?
ended.
Yeah,
That's
the
only
world's
time
ended.
you're
It's
into
literally-
That's the only way I'll do motocross is if I have to stab a guy for gasoline.
that's
For like
kinda
a child
sick,
bride. That's the only way you're getting me into
Oh,
motocross.
that's your real motivation.
No,
for
it's
doing
not. It's
motocross.
a variant
Yeah, please.
apocalypse.
Please.
I'm not saying I would, but in
You have
a
to understand,
scenario,
it's a
yes.
different dimension. It's okay
Yes,
if
it's a different. The rules are different, guys. Okay, all right. It's me and fucking.
that'd be a
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I would OG Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe Tom Hardy if you wanted to come along. But
And-
my
yeah.
variant of motocross, honestly, it's I feel like it's if there was a bit more of a tricks element to it, actually, like you were saying, I would like it. Because I
Nice.
was looking up the rules, and from what I can tell, the only rules are basically if you go off the course, you have to come back at the same place.
Yeah.
That's the only rule. So there's nothing else and you have to not drive reckless.
Yeah, you can't
So-
deliberately knock other people out. And
Yeah.
there is a lot of wrecks that any automobile type racing. There's a whole section of the field will just be taken out.
I
Yeah.
would probably do a variant where it was like a sprint, but you couldn't use your hands. So it was
you had to see how long
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could
You're
last.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars. It's a motocross version of that for
Oh, to
you know,
jump? That would be sick.
you could do a jump like a straight jump, and you have to really grip.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's becoming a Mario Party minigame.
Yeah, well, that's that. I mean, this whole sport is a Mario Party minigame, basically.
This is becoming just a show of hey, let's watch everybody die.
Pretty much.
Only most of them. One will win.
I'm not. Look.
No, it's a
They
good
signed
variant.
the waiver.
trying.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, it's that, or the audience gets to shoot at them with BB guns, whichever one you
See,
prefer.
that's similar
That's
to
what
my
I would
version.
prefer, but I just
Yeah.
assume it's not realistic.
My version is not BB, but paintball guns.
Oh,
Everybody's got a paintball
that is
gun.
that is an absolute marriage of sensibilities, motocross and paintball. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's
There's the paintball to motocross pipeline would benefit from that greatly, I think.
it really is the exact same piece of land, tract of land where they're doing both activities. So yeah, it's motocross, and so you need a wider track.
Yeah.
And it's still a race. It's still a race to the end, and you got to decide am I just gonna eat the paintballs and ignore them
and just power through,
Oh, so
or
you
am I
can-
going to slow down and try to paintball other people?
Oh, that's
am I going to
interesting.
try to obscure their vision?
See, this
How am I
sounds
going to try to
great.
knock them
I would
down?
watch this for
See,
sure.
I
This
didn't know
sounds
if it was
great.
like you get points for hitting people with the paintballs, or if it's like regular paintball, where if you get hit, you have to hold your hand up and walk your bike back to the starting line.
Oh, dude!
Interesting.
If it was an open field, this is Mario. This is a Mario Kart minigame right
Now
here.
this is Mario
It's a
Party.
big open field with like hills and obstacles, and you're playing paintball, but you're on motorcycles.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I sound every boy's dream. What you just described.
I'm pretty sure this is an event at Universal Studios.
That would be great.
that rules so hard.
That would be so great.
What's your version?
My variant, it really leans into like a motorbike culture where you actually the race starts and everyone's a teenager and they have to save up their allowance to buy the motorbike. So it's who can earn the money, and then they get to start racing first. So everyone has to mow a lot of lawns. And
So this is like a years long.
oh yeah, it's a long competition. They have to earn
Wow.
through chores.
This is like a
enough
Truman
money.
Show situation where it's just like you're watching their lives pretty much.
It would
Yeah,
be-
but it is still grown men who are doing just lawn mowing chores, just whatever they can.
It's interesting because you'd be watching motocross, but they'd be playing professional poker to make the
To
money.
make
So
money.
You're watching them play poker so that they can do motocross.
I'm starting to think now that would be the best because everyone has to make enough money, and then at a certain point it cuts off, and then you have to buy all the parts for your bike.
Are there rules? But like, can you deal weed?
Can you deal weed?
Can you sell
You
weed
have
and
to,
drugs?
as a matter of fact.
It seems like there's some competitive advantages.
You can, but
take
it's
advantage.
still like if you get arrested, then that's the trade off.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
you take more risk,
Right,
You know,
right.
you might
and it is televised,
Yeah.
so it's very possible you'll get caught.
because as you know, being
It seems more than likely that
well,
you could get
as,
caught.
as we've established, being arrested and thrown in jail is a lot like being injured for a few
It's
weeks.
like twisted your ankle. Yeah.
So it's the same thing as the injuries. So I think, yeah, they have to earn the money.
That's true.
They have to budget because they also have to pay their own expenses. And yeah, I think this is it would be they could get a lot of like banks to sponsor it.
Okay.
Little personal finance apps.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it. There's just a
And,
kid doing.
and then if you
crypto.
want to affect it, you can send your favorite guys like $5 in the mail. To help them build up their their
Oh,
their
so
wealth.
you can crowdfund.
You can crowdfund.
Then it becomes a
Okay.
popularity contest.
Yeah,
No,
a
but
little
it-
bit. It's a little American Idol.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
As somebody who is bad at social media, I hate this because I know that somebody out there who's just really good at staging inspirational photos is going to make all the money. And I'm going to be back here like, hey, I don't really care what people think. I'm just trying to make something cool, and I'm going to make no money. And then I'm going to be jealous of that guy.
Well,
And then
that's
I'm going to start a podcast about niche sports to try to desperately attempt to get
Wow.
viewers.
That was therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Thanks. Yeah.
So how's
thanks for
how's
listening.
the motocross fund going?
I have negative $2,000.
Oh,
I actually am
jeez.
trying to sell my motorcycle right now. If anybody watching wants to buy a 2008 Kawasaki
Right.
Vulcan
Ooh.
with 17,000 miles
With
on
a
it,
lot of farts on it.
Oh yeah,
It's been
it's a
shit
it's a
on
fart
multiple
holding.
times.
it is a workhorse.
It is poop proof.
Poop-proof.
That
Yeah.
has been tested.
Well,
Yeah, that's
the
where
good,
most of his money went. Was
Yeah.
poop proof.
the good
That's all.
the good thing is I have fart container pants.
Yeah.
They've
So-
been contained.
I didn't know Kawasaki's made a Harley noise. that's not the motorcycle.
They definitely don't. It sounds dumb, but
That was not the car.
No.
The bike.
nice, dude. That's my favorite thing on a podcast when you hear fart
Farting?
noises. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But let's try to get an organic one going before the end of this.
Oh, an organic fart
Organic
or
fart?
Yeah, fart right into the mic. Yeah.
Oh, all right, hold on.
All right.
I got
You're gonna have to work on it.
No, I
don't
didn't
know.
mean right now. I meant,
3 minutes of
I don't
silence
have- I
while
don't
we
have
all
like
just
yeah.
squeeze.
I don't have a Dune Bene Gesserit level control over my molecules to like squeeze all the gas out.
You don't keep one in the chamber. You
No.
don't keep one just
No,
safe.
I should.
You got to keep one in the chamber.
No.
I
don't
have
have
one, but I'm
containing
not.
pants. Okay, Tyler. I fart like a normal human being. Right?
actually,
I don't stow them like with sinful technology like
It's
Uri
not.
does.
It's a beautiful thing. It compounds interest.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you build your fart up over time.
Okay. I don't know.
And then you can release it on the dirt bike track, on the motocross track, and
then it gives you a
that's
little extra
interesting.
burst.
yeah, right at the end.
Is that your
like
strategy?
hitting the-
That's my strategy.
It's like hitting the turbo.
it's hitting the turbo.
Your strategy is say more about your strategy for motocross.
All right, so the week I know I got the race at the end of the week. I am just beans. I am fiber. Everything is loading up. I'm eating peel-a-pound soup.
It's like the way that runners eat a lot of pasta.
Yeah.
You're just
I'm
doing
eating
that, but with
carb.
other carbs.
I'm gaso loading. I
Yeah.
am packing my body with as much noxious fumes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm barely fitting into the motocross outfit. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
bloated.
Mhm.
So wait, is the idea that the smell is going to distract your opponents, or is the release of gas going to give you extra acceleration?
It's two factors. You hold it in two different. You got the smelly side and then just the loud side. So you can release the smell and then later release the sound.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, is Harley Davidson fielding a team in this race?
And
Tyler's in the middle of the race, and then it's like he just punches himself in the stomach.
well, I've got a belt
to the
that's
finish line.
that's loose.
A belt.
And then when I need it, I just rip.
That's
and
good.
it just squeezes it.
That's
sometimes I'll have a lighter as well, and I'll light that behind me, so it's like a jet
That would
trail.
be
That's
Sick.
cool.
Yeah,
All right, I take
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You just press a button.
I'm
This
into
is
it.
getting very Inspector Gadget. I'm for it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
for it.
yeah. I think everyone would put their money on me. It'd be huge in the FanDuel community.
Absolutely.
they're gonna love
the FanDuel community.
Oh,
the
yeah.
OnlyFans community. All
Only
the
fans community,
All the
yeah.
fans community.
Yeah, that's
the
why-
FanDuel community.
the FanDuel community.
There's not a fan. I do FanDuel all the time. It's just degenerates out there.
Yeah,
FanDuel
as opposed to the OnlyFans
The
community.
FanDuel community.
OnlyFans
yeah.
is a community.
I know, but
you can
That's
DM
a
each other.
community, Sure.
You can DM
FanDuel's
other
community
fans.
college, maybe.
Yeah, well then all my fans will be sending me beans because they want to help me out.
That helps.
I get the Bush's sponsorship. I'm
That's
Bushes?
good.
You're going Bushes?
well, they have the money.
That's true. Goya's not sponsoring you because there's no there's no customers, no Goya customers.
No
watching
Goya
motocross.
customers are watching Tyler Durniak rip ass on the motocross.
Maybe
track.
Heinz. You
Heinz,
can get
oh.
Oscar Mayer involved.
Oscar,
perhaps.
yeah.
Frank and Weenies or whatever.
Dude wipes. I'll get
Beanie
the dude
weenies?
wipes, beanie weenies,
You could get
pull ups,
Dude wipes.
dude wipes.
You definitely get sponsored by the Fart Container Pants company.
Fart, yeah.
Yeah.
Once Uri patent pens them after this podcast drops. This is like Manscaped, or this is like a plug for Uri's new.
Well, the pants are a lot like a plug.
Yeah, they plug all right.
They plug and they contain, and then later on, when you need them,
Our only sponsor is Hustle Milk. Here
Yeah.
we're brought to you by Hustle Milk.
Hustle Milk, the milk that causes more bleed outs than any other dairy product.
Hustle Milk, like cocaine but milk.
You gotta hustle milk.
What the fuck is Hustle Milk? That's my slogan. What is this?
That's a good slogan, actually.
Okay.
Hustle milk. Is there a carbon monoxide
Yeah.
leak?
Hustle Milk. You're gonna get that promotion someday. Hustle Milk. Rise and grind with Hustle
Rise
Milk.
and grind.
That's right. Put it in your coffee. Hustle Milk.
My strategy for motocross
Okay.
is I'm gonna just get a car.
You're gonna sneak it on there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use a car instead, and I'm just gonna go right past everybody, and they're not gonna be able to get around me because I'm in a car.
Or he's gonna have a car, and then he's gonna have half of it like paper mache with another person, so it looks like it's like two
Like a-
riders, but it's really just him in a car.
You're gonna build like a parade float around it, so it looks like a really big motocross driver.
What about you? What's your strategy? How are you gonna win motocross?
I don't know. I'm going to win by never doing it. That's the way you really win motocross.
And win by going to
I'm
college.
going to win. Yeah, I'm going to win by getting an education.
by leaving town after the factory shuts down and not sticking around to see what happens.
Yeah. I'm going to.
I'm going to learn how to maintain servers.
Yeah, I mean, I and no offense to the Dick's Sporting Goods managers out there, but I don't think I'm going to do it.
You're not going to manage a Dick's Sporting Goods?
Well, I imagine that's the logical progression after doing motocross.
Well, after motocross.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Most motocross competitors do work at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, they need access to gas.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And
It's
they,
like how some comedians work in writing.
yeah.
Like some motocross work at gas stations. It's like you got to stay in the area
Yeah,
of
yeah.
expertise.
Yeah.
No, motocross actually seems really cool. I would try it if it was like there was any way to do it safely. Like you could take ski lessons. It's safe. Is that what you just said? No, it isn't.
No.
I think I saw a top 10 crashes compilation, and it was 40 minutes long.
Let me correct myself. Compared to riding a motorcycle on a street, compared to driving on a street,
Okay, yeah, sure.
riding by yourself on a motocross track, on a dirt track with a dirt bike, you are unlikely to sustain a fatal injury. Compared to driving.
I once mountain biked on and off like a dirt mountain bike path, and I thought I was gonna die like every second coming down the mountain. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
on Mount Snow, I think, and it was like crazy that it was so hard to get up there, and then we went down, and it was like 3 different turns where like if I had been like a hair off, I would not be here with you guys.
You know what would have made it? You know what would have made it easier?
I would have been
If you were
famous.
on a motocross bike,
Oh.
because then it would have been powered up, so you would have had all your energy to do those turns.
It would have been
Yeah.
good. I should.
Yeah.
I wish I'd thought ahead like that, Tyler. But
Yeah.
sadly, I wasn't available at the time.
It also would have helped if you
This
would-
was right after 9/11.
Of course, yeah.
By the way. So
Yeah,
I was
there
in
was
a
the
different
there was
place
the
in
ban on motocross.
That's right. That's right.
After those 2 bikes.
I was busy never forgetting. I couldn't think about much else besides not forgetting.
I still can't. I still is the only thing on my mind ever.
just
Uri
trying
has
to
a-
forget.
yeah. One of Tyler's sticky notes over there says "Never forget."
He needs the reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reminder: never forget. That's important.
It says reminder, warn someone. That was from before.
Do you think that 9/11 would have been as devastating if they used motocross bikes instead of like if just all 21 of them rode in like
They didn't show.
yeah, like Ninja Turtle villains, if they just like basically
if it
did
caused the
that
same
way.
amount of destruction?
Yeah, like do you think it would have been as bad, or do you think it would
Well,
have
they
been?
need so
do you think
many.
it would have been as bad, or do you think it would have been worse? I
would've
don't
been-
know. It could have only have been one of the two.
Oh, it would have been so
I'm not
much
sure.
worse.
Yeah,
It would have been worse because we would
if Muhammad Atta shredded a rail up to
we would only be able to
grinded.
blame white trash guys from Florida
That's true.
for that, for doing a jump and a tail whip off of the Woolworths building
oh god,
and hitting the.
It's great because there would be, if they did that, there would have to be a lot of lead up, so everyone would know it would
Totally.
see them coming by.
that would. I mean, it would have been.
And now, are you
More
guys Evil
devastating, I
Knievel
would say.
fans? Speaking of motorcycle jumps,
I don't know if I'm a fan of his. I appreciate the big jumps, but I haven't sat down and watched tapes
I've
of
never
Evil
either.
Knievel.
Yeah, I just use someone. He's like David Blaine, who I just know about, but
Yeah.
I've never really.
I've seen
watched.
more parodies of Evil Knievel than I have seen
Yes.
Evil Knievel.
yes.
Wasn't there like a documentary about Evil Knievel that came out recently?
recently?
Probably.
Now, was he actually evil?
Yeah, he did.
But he wasn't actually Knievel.
yeah.
That's
No,
he wasn't
That was fraudulent.
yeah. I saw that. It was See No Knievel, right?
That was good.
Oh, thank you. I worked months on that bit.
That was it was worth it.
Yeah, but Evil Knievel was critical in the U.S. invasion of Grenada. He was a huge proponent of it.
No way.
Totally.
Wasn't he Canadian?
Yeah, and he hated Grenada, so he lobbied Congress. He said we got to take Grenada down.
You know what? The biggest news to me is that we invaded Grenada.
You remember the invasion of Grenada?
I was busy
There's-
thinking about one thing, and we
there's-
just covered what that is.
There's 2 different Grenadas.
Yes.
There's Granada, Spain, which is a city that we did not invade. And then there's Grenada in like the Caribbean, right? It's
Yeah,
an island in the
the island.
Caribbean, which we did
Yeah, I
invade.
didn't think it was Spain that we went into.
Yeah, no,
I would've heard about
It was only one city in Spain that we
Yeah,
that
we
would have been
specifically
that
took
was
back-
like that. I would know about.
I mean, there is one city in Spain that the UK has some sovereignty over, Gibraltar.
Yeah, well, it's more of a rock.
Yeah, but there's also a city right there, and the Rock is the part that England still claims sovereignty
that's,
over, right?
That's the only part I truly believe in.
Is the Rock of Gibraltar?
You're a big Rock of Gibraltar guy.
Yeah, I dabble
You dabble.
in the Rock of Gibraltar.
You're more of a east side or west side of the rock kind of guy.
It would be hard for me to pick.
To pick?
They've both got their own so many pros and cons.
Great size.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
It's like choosing between my favorite 2 children.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was just remembering 9/11. So.
Oh, come on, Uri. That's not
We just
funny.
forgot.
Don't
Dang
make
it.
jokes like that. That's not funny.
I'm sorry. You're right. That was poor
was
That
taste.
crossed the line.
That was poor taste. So, which building do you think a motocross rider would jump off of to knock down the tower?
I think it would have been the Rock of Gibraltar.
That would be
It would have
sick.
been the
Dude,
sickest-
if somebody could motocross
over the Rock
jump
of Gibraltar.
over the Strait of
That'd be cool.
Gibraltar.
Whoever does
That would
it
be
should
cool.
get.
I feel like that's an Evil
claim
Knievel thing.
of
Yeah.
Gibraltar.
Is Evil Knievel still alive or is he dead?
Because
Because if so, we should. If he's alive, we should pitch him this.
We should get him as
We
a
should
guest.
call him
get
up.
him as a. You should get him as a guest.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, he lives in the
He'd be a
in the
good guest.
apartment up the next floor.
He could, for all I know.
Oh yeah,
I think he's dead,
What-
but his son also got into the family business.
Knievel Jr.
Knievel
I
Jr.
believe his name was Evil Knievel Jr. Yeah. Yeah, he never became as famous, but he did.
Evil Knievel 2.
He did jump. Yeah, it's
What
like
is he,
it's like Gallagher.
He's a PS4 game. Evil Knievel 2.
Oh man, pro skater,
Pro
jumper.
Pro jumper. Damn. I feel like to bring it back to motocross,
Yeah.
what product do you think think of when you think of motocross?
Besides, like, I mean, there's energy
Besides
drinks,
bikes.
there's bikes
I was thinking
and
it's gotta
energy
be-
drinks,
Right.
and then probably like you said, dude wipes, Manscaped. They do
Yeah.
have women in the competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, real classy broads.
The Duchess of Windsor. It's all British
Yeah, I
royalty
bet.
on the women's side.
It's Meghan Markle doing.
Meghan Markle.
She's motocrossing Markle.
That's how she met Harry.
That would make it is a
They met
British
on the
sport.
track.
She was trying to ingrain herself with the royal family. She's like, I motocross. They were like, that's not.
Yeah, they saw her doing jumps over the hills of Scotland, and they're like, "Oh, that broad looks pretty good." It was terrible. I'm sorry I did that.
You know, they were on the Muppets for a
They
while,
were,
so you
yeah.
did kind of nail it.
You know what it is? It's definitely a lot of, and I know this because when I buy motorcycle gear, it's a lot of racing companies that sell you gear. So it's like Scorpion and there's one called like Aerostars, and all those companies are definitely involved. The big dirt bike manufacturers, and this is a little different than what you see in racing. Like in like MotoGP, you see a lot of BMW and a lot of Ducati. In dirt bike racing, you see the big four Japanese still. That's Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki. And then you also see KTM, which is European. They only make dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Then Gas and like Husqvarna, which I don't really know much about those two, but they are European. And then Triumph, which is a British company. They make street bikes too, but they also, I saw some Triumph bikes in the motocross races.
Knowing nothing, if you were to talk to me about street motorcycles, I would think Japanese stuff. I would think like
and they also
Yamaha
make the dirt bikes. Yeah.
There was this whole thing in the history, because I know we've been focusing so much on the history of motocross.
Oh,
Yes,
of course.
yes.
That like I think it was like in the 70s or 80s. It was like Swedes and other like Eastern European, Scandinavian types
Yeah.
were like ruled the sport. But then I think Kawasaki created the new and improved motorcycle, and like not long after that, Japanese riders started dominating the sport.
Yeah, because the
Because they had the
manufacturers
new,
were just
right.
yeah,
So it's like,
crushing it.
and so people really got into it, because it's like now we have some global equity here.
Yeah,
I've only ever had Japanese bikes. I've had a Honda and a Kawasaki.
I don't think I've ever ridden a motorcycle or a
No?
motorbike.
Have you ridden a motorcycle before?
No, I'd love to, but
You want to ride mine?
no.
Can we all ride
No, I
together? Can we 3-person?
Sure. I want one on the handlebars, one on the back. Totally.
Well,
totally.
one on the pegs.
You want to get pegged?
Yes, but also don't bikes have the little pegs? Do motorcycles have pegs?
No, this isn't a Schwinn Stingray. This is a.
Actually, you know what?
really
That's the company that should be making.
That would be pretty good.
Dude, if Schwinn goes hard, it's still the same design. The giant.
Dude, what about a
giant fucking
motorcycle race along the Tour de France route?
Oh, at the
That
same
would be
time.
cool.
as the
They're racing-
cyclists,
they're racing,
so they're
yes.
just going past
I
them
would
every
watch that in a
time.
heartbeat.
The difference
They're just
is-
running them over. God,
Kicking
that would be
them down.
great. I would love that. That'd be so good.
Every rider's just like, why don't you just use these? They're so much faster.
Yeah. I feel like I was bringing it up because I feel like I can only think of Monster Energy. Like, I don't even think of bikes when you tell me motocross. I think of the monster symbol, the
Yeah,
green monster
yeah.
symbol.
I mean, definitely Red Bull is in there.
Red Bull is
Dew.
for sure.
Yeah,
Mountain Dew's in there.
yeah. Any type of
It's like something about like light.
Anything,
soda energy
anything
drinks.
gamers would drink.
Yeah,
is probably.
it feels adjacent, which I don't know if that's true. That like Call of Duty and motocross are like right there,
Oh, yeah.
but it feels like they should be if they're not.
Zin.
Actually, you know what? Zin is probably a big.
Yeah.
Just a helmet packed full
Where
of
did
them.
Zin, do you feel like everyone in your life does Zin now? I feel like I know so many.
I got 2 Zins in right now.
Where? Which part of your body?
Yeah.
not my mouth.
I didn't think so.
No.
That's why you sat down so gingerly earlier.
Yeah, that's packed.
Wow.
We have decided our first piece of merch is going to be branded hemorrhoid pillows. A hemorrhoid pillow with our faces on it.
Your
On
first
each
piece of
side.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Why,
is
that for
our?
all the people who spend so much time sitting listening to the podcast? Hemorrhoid pillow.
I mean,
what is a hemorrhoid pillow?
well,
It's
if
not
you
just a
have
pillow?
hemorrhoid,
It's like
No, I understand, but
It's like an inflatable
it.
donut.
so that
Okay,
the hemorrhoid goes through it.
so you because you don't want to sit on the hemorrhoid, so you need like a barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's like a
pillow,
cone
so you
for
can
a
still
dog.
sit down.
Okay, I
yeah.
see.
Yeah, and it's gonna be each side of it's gonna be our face with our mouth open around the hole.
Oh yeah. Our tongues towards the hole.
Wow, you guys really just. Do you even like sports?
No, we really like holes though.
You like
This seemed like a
holes.
good
Okay.
way to
We
good
like-
way to get into that.
You are. You're really you're getting in. You know, you're getting your foot in the hole.
We're getting in on the ground floor.
Yeah, you are on the glory ground.
We're getting in on the round floor.
Well, in conclusion,
Wow.
what would be the name of your motocross team?
I think I'm gonna get the Hitachi sponsorship. We're gonna get them making some bikes.
Nice. I bet they could.
We're gonna be the Dirt Wands.
The Dirt Wands.
Yeah.
WAND.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Hitachi.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Yeah. They're gonna use the same technology.
Sounds like a. I don't know. It sounds like it gives you like yeast infections. Or like a STD.
Well, that's the Hitachi difference. Is that they it cleans itself like an oven.
It's hypoallergenic.
Is
yeah.
Hitachi made Hitachi's like Kawasaki, right?
Yeah.
The same brand. Okay.
Are they the same?
No.
No. Yeah. It was like, wait a minute.
That would be sick though if my
No, that would
if
be
my
cool.
vibrator was 900 cc's.
Oh my god. I just look outside my window and it's just sailing across the moon at night. I'm like, oh my god. She got launched.
How did that happen? Why do you always have carpal tunnel, Uri? Can't handle it.
You need a hemorrhoid pillow, my friend. What are some examples of real names?
Liquimoli.
Oh, is that really a team name?
Liquimoli.
Liquimoli. Oh,
I wrote
okay.
that down.
Nothing
'cause,
about this sport is self-evident.
there's Red Bull team.
My
and-
team's gonna be the
Okay.
Kawasaki Suck My Cockies.
Oh,
that's
It's
pretty
gonna be-
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
yeah, not bad.
What's the logo look like?
It's one of our hemorrhoid pillows.
Oh,
kind of.
oh,
It
yeah.
kind of looks like that. Yeah.
But the hole's smaller.
yeah, the hole's smaller. There's a big dick coming right out the middle.
Oh god, that's not a hemorrhoid pillow anymore. That's
No.
the opposite of what you want in a
It's a
hemorrhoid
glory
pillow.
hole. We're a glory hole based motocross team. That's also probably paintball, Monster Energy drinks, and glory hole. So probably all motocross adjacent.
Yeah.
You ever play glory hole paintball? It's where
Oh,
the arena is just a series of glory holes. And you're firing through.
It's like whack-a-mole.
It's like whack-a-mole. It's exactly like whack-a-mole. Oh.
I'm out of balls, literally.
Yeah.
That's
And you
that's how you make someone into a mono.
a Monorchid?
A Menorchin, yeah.
I'm glad
Are
we
you
got
Team
that.
Monorchid Racing?
I think I am Team Menorchin. Yeah.
Your riders will go faster because they have less weight.
aerodynamic. Yeah,
They're more
we don't need to worry
aerodynamic.
as much. Hmm. It's like shaving your pubes. You have less baggage.
Do you have
Yeah.
any- do you have any women on the team?
If they have one ball,
Yeah.
Then they can
they
be
gotta
on the
add.
team.
You gotta have one of your two ball
They
guys
can-
give a
yeah.
ball to the lady.
man, we're
So that she
anybody. If you just need one testicle,
Just need one.
It doesn't need to be yours,
It needs to be
but it needs to be
someone.
on your person when you are racing. One
So-
of it. It can be in your pocket.
in your
in your
breast pocket.
pocket.
Yeah.
It can be
Around
in a
your- around
bag.
your
Yeah,
neck,
around
like
your
a-
neck.
like a
Yep.
little crucifix,
Yep.
like a
Yep.
little-
It can be in your cheek like a squirrel. Doesn't matter.
I think
You can
I think
you gotta have it
you
on
can pack it like a zin.
Yeah, you
gotta
can pack it like a zin.
Pack it like a
Exactly.
zin.
Exactly. Yeah.
You had someone showing up to a
Preferred
party
mode,
just
actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Like a glass eye.
Like a glass eye.
Where you clean it off in your mouth.
It's just rattling around your helmet.
I know somebody with a glass ball.
A glass ball?
It's not exactly glass.
I was going to say, I know someone with a glass eye.
Yeah.
But it's it's the same concept, but it's a testicular implant. He had a testicle removed as a life-saving procedure.
Sure. Oh.
And so now he's got an implant.
Bless you.
What is this real?
Yes, this really happens.
What does the implant do?
It just looks sweet.
It looks killer,
Really?
man.
Yeah, it just looks normal. That's it.
Oh, it looks normal.
That would feel medically unnecessary to me.
Yeah, but it's I mean, I think
Well, you lose your balance if you only have one.
I've-
You're always walking a little bit in one direction.
Hey, listen, I run Team Monorchid Motocross. You don't need to tell me about balance with one ball.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
all his racing.
I know
all of them have
That's right.
canes.
They all veer off to the left. as
Yup,
they're
that's
racing.
right. How's it hanging?
Not well. You guys keep crashing.
Wow.
All right, well, that's our podcast, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us,
Dude,
Jeff.
thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
This is
I had a
Jeff
great
Medoff.
time.
Plug your thing.
Oh, sure. You get Instagram is at Jeff Medoff. That's all I got for now, but I'm trying to post more stuff on there, so please follow me.
I'm at the.uri.show.
I'm at Tyler_Derniak_comedy.
Like, subscribe. I know some people are watching these videos the whole way through, so thank you. Leave us a comment. Let us know that you're enjoying it.
Yeah, and if you've got some friends who are Monorchids, send them our way.
Hell yeah.
We're forming a
That's right.
team.
That's right. Yeah, we need to assemble 12.
12.
12
if you know
Monorchids.
any people with one ball and a motorcycle license, that would be. We'll get them a KTM.
Hey, who's got one ball and a motorcycle
yeah.
license?
This guy.
12 balls, one bike.
Thanks, everybody.